Hello everyone, Man of Interest here, and there's a ton of news this week. The episode is a bit delayed, and I apologize for that. I'm kind of dealing with a flu right now, but that's not the best excuse in the world. So, I want to get on with this episode, which I will say is one of my longer episodes since a lot happened. So I'll be talking through a lot of topics, probably very quickly. So consider watching at 1.5 or 1.25, as this video will drag on. Before we get into the news, I want to give a shout out to Kono, the sponsor for this video. If you haven't seen the updates, the Kiras are finally shipping, which is awesome. Check out the Infinity Ergo docks if you're looking for a popular, fully ergonomic keyboard with Cherry switches for $200. You can check out the keyboard in the link in the description below. So, let's get on to the news because there are a lot of topics. I have like 4 pages of the script that I need to get through, so let's get to it. Starting off, we had the Intertech for the Doyu Studio Chiwi 60 Round 2. I was a pretty big fan of the first one as it was decent feeling and decently priced for a top-mounted 60% with a brass plate. Now it's back a year later for the second round. So what are some of the welcome changes? Well, there may be an option to fill out the hollow space in the middle with a polycarbonate bottom with a 7-degree angle. There'll be cutting layout support for the less supported layout, so we'll have less Swiss cheese on the PCBs and less Swiss cheese on the plates. Yes! There will be a PVD and DLC option for the stainless steel cases, and the DLC is a beautiful glossy black. I'm a real big fan of that look. Man, I want to pick up a case just for that. So if you're looking for a stainless steel case, they're looking at between $370 to $400 depending on what finish you want, which is quite a bit. If you're looking downrange for a normal aluminum anodized case, looking for around $160, which is very reasonable. The 7-degree thick bottom will be at around $30. Overall, it's not bad as a complete package. Check out the interest check when you get a chance. I'm excited to see the final details and what they will be for the group buy. Next up, we have an interest check by Heinebisch for FR4 plates. FR4 is the material PCBs are made from. The properties of these plates put them between polycarbonate and aluminum in terms of flex and support, which is pretty nice. FR4 is a composite material of woven fiberglass cloth with an epoxy resin binder. I think this would be a really cool plate material, and I'd love to get my hands on one to see how they would feel under my fingertips. Fill out the IC form if you're also interested in getting one, and I also want to let everyone know that Heine is running ePBT slate, and it's ending soon, so check that out before it ends. Heine is a cool guy, you should support him. Next up, QuadH has posted another interest check for the Salamander, making me think that it's coming pretty soon. The Salamander is an aluminum or polycarbonate TKL with a 7-degree typing angle and will be available in a plethora of plate materials including carbon, PBT, PVC, and STS304. Honestly, I think this keyboard is shaping up pretty well. Pricing is a bit on the high side. The keyboard will be out, when the keyboard's out, it will be out via first come, first serve, which is fine. Overall, it's a very clean looking board. I'm a bit interested. Next up is an interest check for a 660 style wood case by Capsy. While the 660 layout is my preferred layout, I think this wood case would be a pretty nice option for a lot of people. I think it's great he made the wood prototype himself, and I think it turned out to be quite the looker. One thing he didn't state, which I assume, is that this keyboard will be compatible with the FC660M keyboard or possibly Clueboard PCBs. More clarification would be ideal on whether or not this is going to be his whole kit with his unique PCB. Not sure yet, but this is a great first step. If you're interested, check out the interest check. Moving on is a topic I'm pretty excited for. It's the Cruciformer by Rudd. The Cruciformer is a tool that shapes box stems to 1.28mm thickness, which should quell any and all worries about box stem thicknesses and cracking. The tool will be around $25 provided it hits the 250 unit MOQ. That's fine. He's planning on releasing the files for free and open sourcing the parts, which is great for people who want to try out their own. It looks like production will run in early February, which isn't too far off. In addition to the main tool, there may be an optional jig available that would make the process easier whether the switches are soldered or loose. I hope this goes somewhere sooner than later, just because I have quite a few box switches and it's a peace of mind kind of thing. Next up is the NovelKey Blitz of news. Mike sure has been busy, so let's check out what he's been busy with. Of course, he has the awesome group buy for the Godspeed Glow Deskpads if you're looking for even more glowy goodness in your life. These are available in blue, green, pink, which I think is a pretty nice balance. I think it'd be cool if you had an RGB one in the future. Hint, hint, let's make it so. Deskpads aren't the only thing glowing over at NovelKeys though. They're also running the group buy for the Gateron Glow Switches, which are a 50-gram linear switch with a glow in the dark stem and top housing. Hot damn, these would look really cool with an all acrylic build. A pack of 10 switches is $5.50, which is definitely on the pricey side for Gatorons, but not too far off for a lot of custom spring and color swapped Gatorons that have been popping on the market the last year. I'm thinking about getting some for my Polycarb Leaf 60, I think that glow in the dark build, A+. Speaking of Gateron switches, let's take a look at these Linjar switches. The group buy has just started for these 65-gram linear switches, which will be manufactured by Gateron and colored to match your favorite DIY furniture supplier. These switches are decently priced compared to other Gateron recolors, which is very, very pleasant at 36 cents per switch. These are listed to be slightly factory lubed. Keep your eye on that tag, because I think it's going to be what everyone should be really paying attention to. Will they be decently factory lubed, or will they turn out like Art does? Well, we'll have to see soon. The NovelKeys news isn't stopping just yet, because they also have the YOK Red Pandas. While Mike is currently sold out of these switches, he has confirmed that he will be restocking. These switches are the same clone switches that the Jesus switch is, with the only exception being that awesome berry red housing color. So if you missed out on the Jesus switch or even this switch here, know that it'll be coming back. Finally, the most recent switch Mike has for us are the Kale Box Pinks, which are a bit interesting. The click bar is right between the box white and the box jade, so you'll have a nice larger tactile bump to the thicker click, but you won't worry about the possible stem being caught up on the upstroke by the thick click. I'm actually curious to see why he went this method as opposed to putting a heavier spring on the jade. It'd be really interesting to rebuild my CA66 with these, as these are probably the most thematically matching switch. So, if you're shopping for anything at NovelKeys, feel free to use my promo code for January, MANNY, M-A-N-N-Y, for 5% off your order. Moving on, we have a pretty awesome keycap set. It's the Alps Throwback keycap set on Desk Candy. This DCS keycap set is completely Alps compatible, and thank goodness we are still getting more Alps options. While the Alps ecosystem has its struggles, more keycap sets like this certainly help a lot. This is an in-stock key set, which is great by the way, with a decent amount of compatibility. I think the main downside is the costs, because then again, if you're in the Alps ecosystem, you're probably already used to paying up a decent amount for a nice Alps custom. Moving over to Mass Drop, we have the TEX ADA Keycap set available. This set was first available on the TEX Kodachi keyboard, but now they're bringing us the set without the keyboard for a pretty reasonable price. The ADA profile is retro, rounded, spherical profile, similar to DSA, but scoopier. That's a word, scoopier. These ABS keycaps feature laser engraved legends. And honestly, I like the film novelties, but not so much the laser engraving part. I haven't done a keycap review in a while. Is this one you guys would be interested in seeing? Let me know in the description down below, or in the comments down below. Words. Next up is the group buy for the Collide 39, which is a pretty small keyboard. Actually, it's not just small, it's small. This cute little ditty is a pretty cheap thing for $20 to $17 depending on the MOQ for the PCB, and acrylic cases running $40 each. The group buy is running until the end of the month, and honestly, I'm not sure what this keyboard is for, but it's for someone. Is the size a meme at this point? It's not for me, but if you're into the small, here you go. Frosty Love has not only started, but shipped the JER Mini in a very quick time. That's because all these keyboards were already in stock and ready for shipping last week. These 65% layouts are inspired by the K-Mac Mini, and while they're all sold out already, these did exist, and I really quickly want to talk about them. Each one was $329 plus shipping, plus a PayPal fee, and a pale white finish, which seems fine for what it is. I decided not to hop on these because they're not my kind of JER. You know what I mean. Next up, we have the Key Company, who started their interest check for the Katakana Cherry PBT sets. The target price is around $75 depending on the colorway, and there are quite a bit of colorways. The AEK style TEX and Legends sure are interesting, and I think there are quite a few people who would appreciate them on an MX board. If you're interested, it will hopefully be launching in the next few weeks. I wonder who they're going to be die subbing it, because as long as the quality for the Legends and Sub-Legends are well maintained, I think it'll sell decently at that price point, especially since ePBT has been going up and up in price lately. Our next topic brings us to Kickstarter, which is a mixed bag. This is the Designer Keyboard, which is a Bluetooth split Ergo mechanical keyboard by Vechs How Design. For $330, you can join the Super Early Bird tier, which nets you a concave ortholinear split with separate thumb keys. The 20 degrees of tenting and integrated wrist rests look pretty nice, but the price does not look as nice. The shipping window is expected to be between July and October, which is a pretty wide time frame. I'm pretty sure this Ergo board is not for me. I like Ergo boards, but I think it'd be more favorable if they had a cheaper version with Gatoron switches instead of Cherry, or one without any switches at all. It seems quite a bit for what it is, and a lot of the marketing seems really fluffy without much substance. Next, by Ryan Norbaforce of Norbaforce & Co. is a really quick interest check he posted on Keep Talk, which is to gauge whether people would be interested in PVD backplates for their Norbaforces. Essentially, this would be a nice stainless steel machined back piece with PVD coating on it for the bling. And if you've been following Ryan Norbaforce, he's down to bring you the best bling he can. So check it out if you're interested. Our next topic is the interest check by Upas for the Satisfaction 75, which is a nice looking 75% with an OLED display and a rotary encoder. This 60-degree typing angled keyboard features burger mounted top plate, which is basically O-rings on the screws for a top mount. The top and bottom will be aluminum, while the plate in the middle will be offered in FR4 or brass with a brass weight as well. I support this board, and it's an SI only decision. Honestly, I think this keyboard is going to have a lot of potential, even with the expected price ceiling of $400 before PayPal and shipping. I'd be down to clown with this board, and if you are as well, check out that interest check, because I think it's going to be popping. I, Lewis of Tianyu Labs and Nutcracker fame, has started an interest check for the TYL 4mm brass plate. If you want to bring a girthy brass plate to your tray mount build, this might be the plate for you. It does look like this plate will be offered in a variety of finishes, but no clue what the expected price is just yet. I'm pretty curious to see how much this weighs, because maybe I can get my Fiel to be even heavier. On the other side of heavy is the light side, which is the ADK64 brought to us by Red's Not Dead, who has printed a 3D 60% case for Alps 64 3D cases. This case will be light, hopefully produced quickly, and affordable. At less than $50 per case, this might be a pretty good case for someone looking to get a translucent one for a nice RGB build action, since you can mount a normal MX tray build in it. Or maybe a glow-in-the-dark version with the NovelKey switches. Promo code Manny. That would be pretty cool, because it's pretty cheap and easy to try out. I'd be down to clown, because I haven't tried a 3D printed case yet, so I don't know how it sounds or feels, and I'm curious. Last but not least, actually this probably could be least in the news, is the group buy by KBD fans for the Maxkey Yorkchan 2600 SA Keycap set. This is basically GMK Iris and SA form. I don't know what else I could say about it. I really don't. The group buy is going until February 10th, and is expected to ship at the end of February. At least it's cheap at only $60 for the base kit, and it's going to be shipping out sooner than later. I will give them credit for separating the numpad from the base kit. That is a smart 200 IQ move that I hope more keycap designers do in the future. That's all I have for this long and sickly episode of This Week in Keyboards. If you haven't, the link to join my Discord is in the description down below if you ever want to chat. My Patreon link is also down below if you'd like to support this channel. Sorry so much for all the delays. I'm still battling with what I presume at this point is a flu. At some point, I'm going to be caught up, but until then I might be slightly delayed. Sorry. I'm working on catching up, but I hope all of you have an absolutely wonderful day. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.